Welcome back to Cards and Comics, and it is a great day because I get a chance to talk to you guys about sports cards. Today I have an epic, awesome, and stupendous mail day of sports cards, and it's been a while coming because I haven't done one of these in a little bit, and things have kind of piled up, and I'm excited to show you guys what I got. It's pretty eclectic, it's all over the place, but I got them in piles so they make more sense. I'll start here with something very easy to look at, and which is Tom Brady update. So the first card I want to show here is 21 Donruss, and this is a gold press proof. And these are not numbered, so they're just a really cool refractory looking card from Tom Brady. And obviously, this was a PSA 10, it'd be like, I don't know, $200 or $300, maybe, I don't know. It's how everything Brady's gone today, but there you go, real shiny 21 Donruss, press proof, gold. Very cool card. Next up is similar idea, but much, much older. Well, 6 years older anyway. This is a 2015 Red Prism Brady. And I like this for a lot of reasons. It's sort of a color match. I mean, it'd be better if it was blue, but red's in the uniform, so you could say that. The reds are, I don't think they're super rare, but again, they're not super common either. And it's really shiny. It's well centered. His cards in this time period, in terms of shiny chrome refractive prisms, has just gone nuts. So I think this card should get graded. It should grade pretty well, and I can't wait to get it back from PSA one of these days. These kind of cards are just really blowing up, and maybe they won't, blow up forever, but right now they are what a lot of collectors are hoarding, and so there you go. Next up is a Brady Rookie card. So this is an SGC older flip, this blue weirdo flip. I don't know why they use it. They sometimes use it, I think, for modern cards. I don't know. But it's a Upper Deck Encore Brady Rookie card. It's got pretty good corners. You can see the corners. I don't see anything too wrong with that. I look on the back, which is usually where you see chipping. I don't see too much issue with it. So, I mean, it comes back an 8 or a 9. I still make money on it. It'd have to come back like a 7 before I really lose money on this kind of card. A tougher version than the Upper Deck. So I think it's a safe bet. It's a Brady Rookie. I only have a couple Brady Rookies, so I just got it because it's in my price range, and I think a cool version of this card. And pretty tough to grade. But I guess the winner, big time, could be this card. I don't know what a PSA 10 of this card would bring, but I think it would bring pretty good money for how that whole market's doing right now. So next up is just a kind of card I think is cool. Player not so much. I'm not a huge A-Rod fan, but this is a 98 Finest A-Rod Stadium Star. And these cards are very holographic. Do you see that? How the stars and baseballs in the back. So these were inserts in 98 Finest. These are awesome inserts. I don't actually have the Griffy, I don't think. I got a few other players in the set, so I might just put this set together, and I think I might get it all graded. And A-Rod notwithstanding, I think it's a cool card. All right, next is just kind of like some cool inserts and modern cards. So first I'll start with just this card. It was pretty cheap, and I just grabbed another one of these. I have probably like a handful, 5 or 6 of these Wander Franco Chromes, just to put them aside, see what he's going to do next year. If he starts out hot, it's a card you can sell raw or get a few graded. Next up this is a Hot Prospects, and this is from 2008, 2009 Hot Prospect, and it's it's not a patch, I don't think, but it's a jersey, just a LeBron jersey. And it's supposed to be game use. It says it's game use. So here's a game use LeBron from 0809. In that $30, $40 range, and I thought it was cool, too cool to pass up. Just like this one. Now this is a, this looks pretty game worn. I mean, look how faded that, looks. I just think these kind of cards, an 8 to 10. It just looks cool. Yeah, these cards are really cool. These are immaculate from a pretty big set in terms of price. And then, Thurman Thomas, who's been, is one of the greatest players, in the 90s. He's kind of overshadowed by Emmett and Barry, but 4 straight Super Bowls. So he was a big part of that. And you don't see these kind of really faded patch, like 90s patch cards very often. So I just picked it up and it was really cheap. Next up is a card from, let's say, looks like 2019 Triple Threads. And this is like an acetate kind of card with Frank Thomas auto. Again, I'll pick up these Frank Thomas, Griffy autos whenever I get a chance. They're cool to take to shows, and they do really well when you try to sell them. So, pretty cheap Thomas auto. Next up is a card and a guy who I think is kind of slept on in terms of a lot of things. One of them is autos, right? So Tony Gwynn, unfortunately, isn't with us anymore. And this is an older auto because this is back in the old leather and lumber. I think was this a Leaf card? But this is a card that, doesn't really, this kind of card just can't come out anymore. It's number 89 to 192. Obviously, I consider it on card, but it's kind of signed on the leather. So you could say, well, maybe it's like a Band-Aid or something that he signed. But to me, it's on card. So it's a beautiful signature of a player who's really underappreciated. And so this is from 2004, leather and lumber. So I think that's either was Leaf, leather and lumber, or Donruss. So, but again, cards like this can't be made anymore, and it's a really cool card. Next up is a card, I don't do a ton of hockey. You haven't seen a ton of hockey in my show. In fact, I just sold my Young Guns McDavid just because I felt like it had really gone up just crazy, but maybe that was a terrible idea. But this is a trilogy, and I'm trying to figure out what year it was. 05, 06. So this is like the Sid Ovechkin rookie year. This is the Ice Scripts Mr. Hockey Gordie Howe number 9 inscription. You can see it right there. It's all on card. Now there's some scratches on the holder, but I think the card, which has rounded corners, you can see it there. So it should be in pretty good shape. And I'm just, liking these inscriptions. And this is obviously an all-time great. Cool card. It was a little, a little expensive, but it was not as much as I would have paid for any cool baseball Hall of Famer, So I felt like it went really cheap. Next up is my Griffey and Jeter collection. So I'll start with Jeter. So this is an atomic refractor from 97. Sorry, Bowman's Best. And this is the regular. So this isn't the preview. This is the regular number 82. So this is not the preview. I also had a P in there. So yeah, I'm really digging these atomic refractors and Bowman's Best cards. You saw I just hit a breakout of 96 Bowman's Best, and I just keep opening it because these kind of cards are so cool, and you get, in some cases, you get one a box. I mean, it feels that way, even though odds aren't, but you get a good chance of these cards, and they're really, really shiny and cool. Next up is not an expensive card, but it's a card that people just don't know about, these preferred collection cards. So this is like a chrome version of the Donruss Preferred, which is more like a foil card. So this is like the chrome version of it. It was in a separate set called Donruss Collections. So yeah, this is the preferred collection version of it, of the preferred set. So you can see there's a little stamped collections like right there. Kind of see it, if you squint your eyes hard enough. So this is a card that isn't horribly rare, but it's rare enough, that they don't, if you open a box of it, your chances of getting that card are pretty low. Next up is a 95. I think it's a 95 Zenith Z Team Ken Griffey Jr. So this is the Dufax cards, and just super awesome cards. Just these Z Team cards were, they were the hit. I mean, they were what everyone was chasing back in the day from these Zenith packs. And these Zenith packs were pretty expensive in that time period. But this was the hit. You wanted, this card was like, just, it's so cool looking. Tons of colors. It's just, what can I say? It's one of those things where, it would have created tons of interest today for a card like this to come out. Especially if it was like a one per case type hit. So, not super expensive, but graded this card is really tough and is worth some money. So, but I've never had that card, so I was very glad to get it. And last but not least is a 99 Finest split screen Griffy A-Rod, and it's got the Griffy autograph. So this card can either come one refractor, either this one or that one, or two. But I believe it doesn't come without at least one person with a refractor. So 3 versions total. So here's the Griffey version. Just another Griffey refractor out of my set, but it's a foreshadowing is I'm getting ready, and another video that's coming out is I'm opening another box of 99 Finest. Last time I pulled a Milestones Griffey number to 500, so hopefully I can top that, maybe get a gold. That would be great. Then last but not least in today's mail day is some vintage. And again, I haven't been able to do tons of vintage. I will have a video coming out around 64 Tops where I do get quite a few Hall of Famers from the 64 set and kind of do a special little video about it. We'll start here. This is a really, really interesting card. This is a 71 O-Pee-Chee Juan Marichal 8. I'll flash the pop count on this card because it's pretty rare. One thing I always like about 71s to show them off for some Peachies is the yellow back with the photo. Topps never did photos on the backs of its cards forever, and it took a long time. I'm not even sure the first year they did it in Topps. Trying to think, like, shoot, it might have been, in the 90s. But this card, is just tough. It's a 71 O-Pee-Chee. The 71 Topps is tough, but to get an O-Pee-Chee is even tougher. And that cool looking back. Next up is a 59, so a 50s Hall of Famer. Orlando Cepeda 8. And again, not a terribly tough Hall of Famer, but any Hall of Famers, from the 50s is tough, now. And a little off center. So, very nice. You see the back. Sorry. I don't want to go too quick just because, it's over Cepeda, but it's a really awesome card. The last but not least is another card from the 50s, so just barely. Here is a 1950 Bowman, Phil Rizzuto, and I've always loved that photo. It's a PSA 6, or sorry, SGC 6. But like all SGC cards, it's dying to be submitted back to PSA, and we'll see what we get. But it's super cool card. It has a little staining like all these cards do right there. You see a little stain. So that's probably why it's not going to get much higher than a 6. Maybe it could get a 7, but we'll see. Probably not. But in a PSA 6 holder, it's still a cool card. It's very well centered as well. So there you go. That's my update of the week. This has been a great week. December holidays are full swing at work, and everybody's getting ready. And so I'll be doing more videos. I may have some time to do some extra videos. I'm doing a lot of data analysis for a few more videos I'm working on. So December might be a busy month for me. Hopefully you like my content. Let me know by subscribing and tell me what you think. Leave me some comments. I love the feedback, and I'll talk to you next time, guys. See ya. Bye.